What I tell you, for the culture!
Right now,
Alright, so there's 4 essential steps to completing a skateboard. Step 1, start out with the deck and you apply your grip tape. So you peel the grip, which has an adhesive back, from the paper that it's stuck to. Peel it up about an inch to an inch and a half down. To prevent air bubbles, you slowly peel the backing of the grip off about an inch to 2 inches each time. Press the grip down on the deck. I always set the skateboard down on the ground, and I just kind of walk around the top of the skateboard to make sure that the grip is fully adhered. The weight of my body helps to do that. Alright. Next step is to file the edges of the grip. This helps when you're cutting the grip with the razor blade. It cuts a lot easier and it gives you an outline of the shape of the board to follow. In case you're wondering what kind of high-tech device I'm using, it's a old skateboard truck hanger, secret tool of the trade. Outline of the board, so it's going to be much easier to cut out with the razor blade now. Right here. Nice utility knife, works perfect. Go from the underside of the grip, poke it through where your outline is. Fill the edge of the board with the razor. Start to trace around the inside of the outline that you've made. Peels off. This is excess scrap, just throw that away. Then, once again, you use the high-tech truck hanger, and you've got a sharp edge where you've cut the grip with the razor. You file the edge so that the grip doesn't peel off later on when you're skating. Once that process is complete, you get the extra secret high-tech tool out. It's called a nail. Take the nail from the underside of the deck, push it through the truck holes, which is what you'll see later the trucks will actually be mounted to the board through. What this does is it pops a hole through the top of the grip so you know where to put your hardware. Once that's complete, take this tool right here. This is called a countersinker, and because of the hardware that you use on a skateboard, it is a countersunk head. You pre-countersink it so it causes less stress on the wood of the board when you apply those. Give it a couple twists in a clockwise motion. Get rid of the excess scrap grip that's left in the hole. Take the truck, put that on, tilt the board a little towards me so the truck doesn't fall right off because of the weight of the truck. This is the nut for the screw, or the bolt rather. You always want the kingpins facing each other towards the middle of the board. That's how you know they're going on the board the right direction. If you put it on like this, that's the wrong direction. Alright, now we're ready to tighten the screws, mounting hardware, so that the trucks are completely adhered to the deck and they're solid and they're not going to fall off. Again, we've got some extremely high-tech tools. One, your standard Phillips head screwdriver, and two, your socket screwdriver. So what you do next is you place the Phillips in the top of the nut, righty tighty, lefty loosey. I usually do these at an angle the same as when I put the hardware on the board, so that it evenly tightens down the truck to the surface of the board and one area is not tighter than another. Alright, the mounting hardware is all fastened to the board. It's on there secure. The trucks are fully mounted. So the next step is put your bearings into your wheels. Remove them from the packaging. All standard skateboards have 4 wheels. So you got all 4 wheels there. These are our standard bearings. All skateboards have a total of 8 bearings in the wheels. 2 for each wheel, 1 on either side. This is a universal tool that we use here at the skate shop. It's got a little bearing press built into it. Comes in really handy for applying your bearings into your wheels. So basically you set the bearing in the hole of the wheel in the center, line up the bearing press inside, press down with all your muscle and your might until you feel that the bearing has sunk all the way into the wheel as far as it can go. Just repeat the process. Alright, all our bearings are in our wheels. Now we're ready for the next step, just to mount the wheels to the trucks. These are called the axle nuts. This is your axle of the truck where the wheels will actually be mounted to. The bearings will rotate around the axles. You remove these. You have 2 washers standard on the truck. One for the inside of your wheel, one for the outside. They allow the bearings to roll more freely because they separate the metal of the truck and the metal of the bolt from the bearing casing, allowing it to roll a little more freely. Make sure the wheel spins evenly so that you know your bearings are pressed in evenly all the way around. Put your axle nut back on. When you feel resistance like that and you see that the wheel can't go on easily, it's because the bearing is not pressed in evenly all the way around like I was just talking about. So you go back to your bearing press, press around the edges, try again, and you're ready to go. Just the washer. Oops. Sometimes you drop them, pick them back up. Alright. Now we repeat the process on the other truck. So now we're on to the very last stage of completing your skateboard. Once again, we use our skate tool here. Has every size bolt that you would need for a standard skateboard socket. So you take your size that fits to your axle nut on the end of your truck, start tightening. Once again, clockwise. Wheel isn't rolling freely. That means that I over tightened the axle nut, so I loosen it a little bit, going counterclockwise. You always leave a little bit of leeway and a little room for the wheel to move so that it can spin freely. Then you're set. And you're ready to roll. It's a complete skateboard.
Why do you film me right when I wake up in the morning?